Good, thank you. Go ahead, thank you.
Hey, London. Yeah, great job for sports. We've really seen a lot of flashes this season. How do you feel like you're settling in your freshman year?
I'm coming along. I still got a lot of stuff to improve on and things like that. But I'm just doing my job, doing what I have to do, working hard in practice. Listening to my Coach Shilo. And that's it. Just comes to practice. Working hard every day. So, yeah.
London, Coach Prime said that they don't treat freshmen like freshmen. They're going to coach them hard.
Yeah.
Have you kind of appreciated that approach, getting coached as a freshman?
Oh yes, sir. Of course. Yeah. It's like, they play they play the best players, and they don't really do all that seniority stuff. So, us freshmen, me and Alex, we just came here in January. We working every day, working our butts off. And then and then it shows on the field. We doing our thing on the field. Showing play. Making plays, and also our seniors, Arden and K Wade, are in front of us, helping us a lot too. So it's not just all the coaches, it's also the players helping us too. So, yeah.
Good there.
Hey, Lyndon, Jack Harlow with Buffs on SI. Just why Colorado?
Coaching, pretty much. When I came, when I first got here, I fell in love with it. The coaching is amazing. Coach Hilo, first one I got here was Coach Dancy, but then they left, and then, but Coach Hilo came, and, he's phenomenal. He knows his stuff. He teaches us like we're linebackers, so, and I feel like that's a good thing to do because, in the league, you got to know a lot of things. You got to know more than your position, and Coach Hilo teaches that. He teaches us what the linebackers have to know and things like that, and what the deep tackles have to know. So, definitely coaching is a big part of my decision coming here, and then definitely don't regret it because, I'm learning a lot.
Scott, go ahead.
Was good learning. Scott Berther, DNVR. Coming from IMG, you guys are a bit more developed, but what's kind of been your biggest adjustment, to the college game, whether it's been on the field or maybe something else?
Probably speed. The schedule is almost identical at IMG, and then maybe, the guys a little bit bigger. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, but as we've been here for the past, 6 months, whatever, we've adapted and, got stronger and stuff. So it's not, that big of a deal, it's not really that big of a deal now. It's just another guy in front of you, and you just got to do what you got to do and play hard. So,
Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Not sure how much CU was on your radar 2 years ago, but do you ever remember watching the TCU game, Coach Prime's first game here?
Yeah, it was the first game, right?
Yeah. What do you remember watching that game?
It was a hard-fought game. I remember that. It was I think we were the underdogs and we came out on top. That was a big game for Coach Prime. So, they're back. We're going to their house this time, and we got to do what we got to do.
Good, Brian.
Hey, Brian Howell over there with camera. And just want to ask you this defense seemed like it made a few strides this last week against BYU. I know, there were still some things you probably didn't like, but what was the overall assessment as you guys watched film this week and as you kind of watched it throughout the season?
Well, for the D line, for the front, just dominating the front, dominating the O line, and setting that run wall and not letting quarterback run. That was our main focus is on the QB run because he likes to run the ball a lot. And we did all right, but we could have done a lot better. And just everybody doing their job, filling the gaps, running the plays correctly and things like that. That was our main job, and dominating for the D and dominating the tackles and winning our rushes on one-on-ones.
Ron, go ahead.
Ron Schools from Rockford. You mentioned Alex a little bit ago. What's it been like playing and learning alongside him?
It's been great. He's my brother from we've been together since high school. So seeing both of us playing side by side is it's really cool. And dope. There's not a lot of freshmen out there that just play with each other on the field. So it's definitely a blessing. We deserve it. We both been working hard on on and off the field, in the classroom and things like that. So and then we also got partners with each other. So yeah, we kind of just stick with each other and make sure we got each other back.
Go ahead, Harrison.
Hey, London, Harrison on Buffs and SI. It's been a little bit tough in recent weeks for the defense to generate takeaways. Is there any mentality that you're taking or a temperature within the locker room about kind of breaking that down?
We just gotta, do what we gotta do, keep working hard, just have just forget what was going on in the past and focus on the future and things like that, Coach Brian, talks about being able to forget, and so that's like forgetting, a big play and it's just going on to the next play. So, yeah, all we got to do is just, keep working hard and get in the playbook and stay our film.
Go ahead, man.
Lundy, you mentioned Arden a little bit ago. Just how important is it to have a guy like that in your freshman season?
Oh yeah, it's definitely, really important to me, having a veteran, coach me up and teach me on, things that I wouldn't know as a freshman and stuff like that. So having him and also, Keaton Wade, they definitely helped me a lot this year.
Anything else for London? All right, thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
Offensive side and field, so Michael Bill, a few minutes.
Well, Dukes, it's the morning run. Big Dog Chico, Uncle Neely, Dukes the Scoop. We got Coach Prime's presser. Just had London Merritt, defensive end, IMG Academy, the true freshman on the stand.
College Park, Georgia.
Media for sure. Let them know about it.
Yeah,
You've
man.
been seeing them. You've been seeing them then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you came in pretty high on him also. When he was a freshman, you was talking about him out of IMG Academy. Guy's really been balling with his running mate, Alexander McPherson, and they just talked about being roommates, or he just talked about being roommates also, man. How dope is that to see these two freshmen come in and be able to play together from the same high school?
Man, it's just a testament to what the program that they do have at IMG. Like, a lot of people didn't agree with London's move to IMG, being that he came from Woodward Academy, which is a strong program right here in College Park. But he saw something, and shout out to his pops, man. Like, they saw something, and they went to a program where he was able to develop. And same for Alec McPherson. Like, when you talk about the level of accountability that these guys have when it comes to being, like, there isn't much of a social life. They're there for football, and it allows them to be prepared when they go to the next level. Even when you look at their bodies, like the weight training program that they have at IMG. So, no, I think it says a lot, brother.
Yeah, and I like what he said about the schedule being about the same. So that, just like you said, that college type atmosphere that's at IMG Academy really prepares these guys for what is to come when they get to college. You see Jordan Seaton and countless other guys who came out of IMG Academy, along with the coaches also. So I really liking what they're doing there. Is Buford trying to become an IMG Academy down there?
Man, every time a team stockpiles a lot of talent, they call it baby IMG. Well, that's one of the teams that they call a baby IMG. But yeah, definitely. Still more of a traditional school. But they do have a stockpile of talent. There's a couple of schools in the metro area like that feel like if they had to play IMG that they would do well. So
they're doing recruiting at schools for real nowadays, dog. It not just relying on the talent that's in the area.
Oh yeah,
they going to get talent.
Yeah, Buford, and then they just changed the rule in Georgia where that can't happen. So
okay, all right, let's get two who look like Michael Welch right here.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, Mike, how you? Let Brian get ready to get out the first question. We're all going to look at him until he gets there.
Hey, Mike, go ahead, Al Bull Daily Camera. Just trying to find some positives after this last week, but the run game has gained a little bit more traction this year. I know it's been up and down a little bit, but can you talk about the run game so far through 5 games?
Every game it gets better. The O-linemen doing their job. We're finding our ways to be patient and learning when to hit it and not hit it full speed. Everything is working though, coming from practice. So.
And just as a follow-up to that, you had a really nice first game against Georgia Tech. The next couple of games, like every time you ran it, they were right there on you at the line. How frustrating were those couple of games for you?
I learned to not get in my head and be frustrated. I learned to just trust it. Like sometimes it's gonna be there, sometimes it's not. So I learned to just stay level-headed, and when they're there, I'm gonna make the play. So
Harrison.
And Michael, here's Samuel Phelps and Asai. You mentioned the offensive line, and after the game, Coach Prime asked about the run game success against BYU. He talked about the physicality of that line. What's your relationship been like with some of those guys, and how do you feel it's helped your success?
the relationship with everybody is great. We get some work after practice. I have to learn their job, and they got to know where I'm going. So everything coming together, and we working together as a whole. So.
Back, go ahead.
Hey, Micah, kind of follow up to that. How have you noticed this offensive line grow between last year to this year? And how have you noticed it?
Yeah, I noticed it since the summer and the spring. It's a big difference this year. A lot of the plays last year that wasn't hidden, this year is hidden. So
The other thing I wanted to ask you was about leadership. It seems like maybe it took a couple weeks, but it's starting to blossom on this team. Are you noticing that? Does it feel like that in the locker room, even if you're not getting the result you want?
yes, it ain't just one leader. Everybody is trying to be together and help each other. So it ain't just one leader. And yeah, it has been a difference this year. So
Jake, go ahead.
Hey, Michael, we saw Draylen back there in the backfield. Just what do you think he brings to the table? And, what's the advantage of having him in your room now?
Jerline can do many things. He also helped us, like the other backs, be able to open things up for the run game. Like, he can go out and in space and catch the ball. So it helps the whole running back room.
But
Hi, Micah. You guys have obviously had great stretches offensively, some really good flashes. What do you think it's going to take for you guys to kind of translate that over into more consistency as a group?
It's just going to take more dedication to just ask that again.
Just in terms of what's going to help you guys find consistency offensively.
Just keep doing what you're doing, learn it, taking the stuff from practice and doing it on the field on Saturday. So.
Hey, Micah, Tyler, give me the Denver Gazette. 2 questions for you. First, when you went back and watched the film this past week, obviously the offensive struggles after the first quarter. What were some of the issues that you were seeing recurring kind of often when you guys were having some of those 3 and outs there?
Just like some of the stuff we could do in the first quarter, we had to make an adjustment and change some things in the second quarter. And we tried to do that. So.
And the second thing I want to ask was, obviously you guys are going to TCU this week. You were still in high school when last time the bus went there, but I was just curious if you had any memory of watching Coach Prime's first game there and kind of what you thought about the program after that.
Nah, I watched that game. That's when former back Dylan had the 3 touchdowns, Travis, and that was a lot why I came here. So I was hyped about it. I'm ready to play.
Okay.
Just looking at this year's TCU team, what have you seen from them, just defensively?
I said again.
Just looking at this year's TCU team, what have you seen from them defensively?
They got some great backers, great D line, so we're gonna have to bring physicality to the game Saturday and dominate.
Good, Brian.
I want to actually just big picture with the team coming off of a game like this last one. I know, Tuffy Byard was in here after the game, so we let that one go. What's been kind of the message this week as you guys have regrouped to try to get that back in the next few weeks?
Just learn from the mistakes and work harder to keep pushing. Like we came out in the first and second quarter with fire, so we gotta learn how to keep that going in the second half. So.
Anything else for Micah? All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Micah.
Baldwin County bowling ball, Michael Welch.
That was, car crash there. You can't take your eyes off of it.
I didn't see the cows there.
I just wanted to give him a hug. You need a hug. You wanted to do something else. How's everybody doing?
Oh, God. Oh, my foot is hurting. My foot is hurting so bad. Starting the page. Coach Sonny Dex. I'm a fan. Hope I'm a friend. I admire the heck out of him. Reside in Canton, Texas. So when he first got there to SMU, I was well aware of who he was well before, and I was just proud of the attack on changing the narrative for SMU at the time. And he did a phenomenal job, and I followed his journey. And as you know, it was our first game, college football against them at TCU. So, and I happened to run into them at Papados, he and his staff, I think last year in the off season or the year before, whether. But I got the utmost respect, love what he's accomplished in this game, and I am a fan. I had no idea that he played baseball, at Texas Tech. From the first baseman from 88-93, that's unbelievable. Students of the week, the governor, Camp Dempsey, Carday Smith. Draylon became the 16th player in CU history to have 25 plus receiving yards, rushing, and a touchdown. Just the third time that it happened in 18 seasons. Oh my God, volleyball is balling right now. Beat BYU and Utah on the road, back-to-back ranked opponents. Much love for our volleyball girls. They're 11-2. Wow, on the season. And we'll host UCF Thursday at 7 p.m. Hope I can make that. And Houston Saturday at 1. Soccer won both his matches last week and is now 8-1-2 on the season. Hats off to the coaches there. I love them, and I love the ladies. They're so polite. They're straight ladies. We dine with them every darn day, and I love what I see. They also head to TCU. They'll play there on Thursday, then Baylor on Sunday. Let's go.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
How you doing, sweetheart?
Good. I'm Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. What is your message to Caden Salter and the offense this week to really finish and execute?
Let's just say the offense. Let's not single anyone out right now. Not lost for words, just trying to frame it. I want them to play like their life is on the line, like their careers are on the line, like the payment for a car is on the line, the payment for a home is on the line, like they have children depending on them, and some do. I just want them to play with full intensity and passion. And when you walk off that field, you look back and say, I gave him all. That's all any coach wants. That's all I desire. I don't want you saying, I wish I could have, should have. I want you to look back over your shoulder. I asked the kids a question. I'm trying to remember the question I asked them this morning in the morning meeting. Yeah. Just a simple question. There's only one answer to the other. Are you underachieving or overachieving? That's it. Yes.
Hey, Coach, Shane Holcomb, Scoba Sports. When you look back at that TCU win in 2023, talk about changing the perception nationally of a program like Sonny Dykes did with SMU. How much pride do you take this week in return to that same stadium as a reflection of just how much that program has come under you?
I don't know about that. I mean, I can't live in the past. The past is the past. We're gonna leave that there. We're coming off a tough game, and we want to go in there and get back to where we know we're supposed to be. We feel like we have a pretty darn good football team, even though the record don't display that. 2 games to ranked opponents by 10 points in total makes us think, darn, we'll play here and play there. We get it going. TCU at that point in time and just come off, I think, playing the national championships, and we had so much fire and fanfare and athletes, bona fide dogs, and we went and did what we had to do. I'm pretty sure they understand what transpired there, but they're a whole different team, whole different understanding, whole different philosophies of how we both are attacking the game. But, both of us want to win for sure.
Hey, Coach, Brian Howell today, the camera. Speaking of underachieving, overachieving, I would guess that you would say your team is underachieving at this point.
Yeah, and I am as well because I'm part of it.
And so I want to ask you, why do you think this team is underachieving through the first?
We're just not making the certain plays. You're at the game. Shoot, you write about it every day, don't you? Talk about it every day. Right. Why are you asking me the question?
Well, I can see that, but why do you think that's the case, that these guys are not stepping up and making the plays?
If I had that answer, man, it'd be worth a lot of money, because I think a multitude of us coaches are asking that same question. We know what we need to do. We just got to do it. We know exactly what we need to do. We just got to do it. It's not a mystery.
John Treach, 9 News. You're challenging your guys, but are you concerned about their confidence?
No, not whatsoever. Some, maybe, but I don't concern myself about confidence. I mean, this is the wrong team. If you're not a confident player, this is not the place for you, because the way we go at it, the way we go about our business, the way we practice, the challenges that we have from this coaching staff, we're in position to make plays, guys. We're in the position to make plays. We just got to make the plays. And we don't pacify people. We don't make excuses for ourselves or our team. Or I don't make excuses. We're not built like that. We're not designed like that.
Coach, you said you're trying to get consistency out of.
Yeah, that's been day one.
Is the O-line a group that is starting to kind of inch a little bit closer towards?
The O-line is not a problem. I think running the ball and pass protection is not a problem. I don't know the grades. I really don't go by that stuff or what they say. I don't know who PFF is. I don't even know who they are, where they located, who started them, who's the founder, who established it. I don't know, but I know all our kids are pretty darn good on that offensive line, right? One of the best, excuse me. Top 10. It says a lot. That's not the problem.
Hey, Coach Jake Schwannis.
How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How you doing?
Good.
We just spoke to Micah in London. We had Tawfiq here after the game on Saturday. Just, you've mentioned a lot about leadership so far this season. Have you seen any guys from those underclassmen starting to emerge and, bloom as a leader at this point?
That's tough. Let me tell you why that's tough. When you step up and you step out and want to claim that leadership position, that puts a target on you because you got a ball. Because one thing about these youngsters these days, they're going to call you out. In front of the coaches, not in front of the coaches, in the privacy and in the cafeteria, the locker room, whatever. So a lot of guys these days are reluctant to step into that role because they're going to be held accountable. And I like that. I don't want nobody playing with that. When we put an L on your chest or a D, you earned it. You deserve it. You earned it 100%. And we know we could count on you on Saturdays, unequivocally.
Hey, Coach. Scott Park, Dirt and DNVR. Good to see you. When you rewatched the film from Saturday, what do you think kind of prevented the offense from, not only holding that 14-0 lead, but kind of building off of it that you guys can kind of learn from?
Consistency. I hope you weren't thinking I was going to drop names, right? Consistency. What I've been saying since day one. We need consistency.
Ron Scholes from Rough Report. You spoke a bit after the BYU game about how the cornerbacks need to be better, and you're going against an offense that is pretty prolific at airing out the football. What's your message to those cornerbacks going into this week?
Play ball. Play ball. Everybody in the country going to know you. Not for the right reason. We challenge our guys every week to play the game play by play. Forget the last play. Let's go to the next play. That's the life and the thought process and the mindset of a good cornerback. But let me tell you something about good DBs. And I want everybody out there listening to this. This is coming from him. A great DB is only 95%. Let me say this differently. 95% of defensive backs play not to get beat. 5% play to make a play. I'm looking for that 5.
I know you said you don't want to live in the past, and certainly I'm not going to ask you about the past, but I was reflective the other day because this was the first game of your tenure. And I watched that speech that you gave to everybody when you first got here about we're going to, this is what we're bringing, we're coming.
Right.
And I was just curious, in your own vision, where are you along the journey of what you envisioned when you got here?
I think last year we were close. I mean, extremely close, really, really close. I mean, one game away, I feel, from being in the Big 12 championship. And no one could have told me we'll be sitting where I'm sitting right now with the record that we possess because of the talent that we have inside that locker room. But I've learned that talent just don't win games alone. It takes heart, it takes determination, it takes that dog, it takes the knowledge, it takes the preparation, that want to and that desire. And I will take that any day over talent. Any day. And where we are right now is still trying to attain what we see on a daily basis.
As a follow-up to that, I remember some of the comments you had at Big 12 Media Day. I think you were talking about Texas Tech, and they certainly have got a bit of an angel investor who's going to work for them.
Right.
How far along in that process are you? Do you feel like you have the resources right now that you need?
We can't blame it on the money. I mean, no, I'm not saying you are, but it sounds that way. Like people would interpret that's what you're saying. We can't blame it on that. We've played good football except for one darn game. Houston was horrible. Okay, we didn't play well. The other 2 games, we had an opportunity to win those games. I mean, to win those games against ranked opponents.
Sure.
We just didn't get it done. We had opportunities. 10 points, 2 ranked opponents. That game was decided. Both those games. So we can't cry. We don't have the money. it's not that. It's just at the conclusion of the season, when you look back on things, when you look over your shoulder, you're going to see what we said. And that media day, some of the top teams are going to be there. And this is the commonality that they share. But it's some great coaches out there coaching way above that, and prayerfully that don't catch up with them. But I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm not going to cry broke just because we dropped that money. It had nothing to do with those 2 games that we dropped.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, my man. Good question, though.
Hey, Coach Jack Harlow, how
Jack,
are you?
what's up, man?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. You changed locations.
Yes. Sometimes you got to mix it up a little
Yeah, I know.
bit. Want to ask, I know at the beginning of the year, talking to some players, that defensive communication was sometimes an issue. Do you feel like that aspect has improved or changed just now into week 6?
Well, if defensive communication is an issue, we should put down the cell phones in the cafeteria. We should not wear headphones in the meetings at the hotel, which we don't, which I ban all of that. So I don't know who said that. If it was a kid, tell them to put down the cell phone. Tell them to take off the headphones and talk to your teammates. Get to know them. Learn their names. Learn who they are. Learn what they like and what they possess. You got to do that every once in a while. So I don't know who said that, but I would challenge them.
Hey, Coach. You mentioned a couple times that you feel like you've got to be better. I
Yeah.
want to ask you a 2-part question. First, how can you be better?
More demanding, and that's what I've been the last 2 weeks. More demanding of what I want to see. I'm going to see what I want to see. We're going to do it over and over and over until I see it.
And then I know every coach, what coaches I've talked to over the years, they learn as they go along in their coaching journey.
Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself as a coach this season? How different has this test been for you?
What have I learned about myself this season? I can't go a whole game without peeing. Learn that for sure. Thank God for the pens. And to get more, you got to give more. You got to apply yourself more to get more. And just because you are applying yourself and giving, don't expect what you give. Sometimes you got to look at things and say it is what it is and turn the page and let's go to the next chapter. I learned that.
Hey, Coach Tyler King of the Denver Gazette. You mentioned how important the running game is going to be, not just this week, but every week.
Right.
Especially against an offense like TCU's, which is obviously very prolific and likes to throw the ball. Is it as important as ever just to keep them off the field as much as you can?
Yes, it is, and stop explosions. They're going to run a tempo offense, which they do really well. So we got to get the plays in and out. We got to make sure we're on the same page. Even if you're wrong, let's be wrong right. Meaning everybody on the same page. I don't give a darn if we don't running the right coverage that was called. If we all run it together, we're good. So that team presents you with a lot of problems with tempo. So we're practicing tempo right now. And we're familiar with a tempo offense. That's the same offense we featured our first year here.
Hey, Coach, before I ask you what I wanted to ask you, I just want to ask you physically, how are you doing in recovery?
I'm good. My foot is hurting like crazy right now. We just went on our walk. And my foot is throbbing right now. So I can't wait to get out of these shoes and go get it rubbed down and ice. So other than that, my other health issues are pretty darn good. Got a great staff of doctors and people here that looks out for me pretty good.
You also had a lot of staff changing again, this year as you're refining.
No, not really. 3.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
How have you seen this group gelled together, and what do you want to see out of them? We talk about the players a lot.
The staff
What
is
about the
good,
staff?
man. The staff is good. I mean, I think you can see the bonuses in what Marshall Falk has brought to the table. What Gunner, Big George, and Big Dre has brought to the table on that offensive line. We've sustaining some injuries because Pecco Sapper doing a phenomenal job with the defensive line as well, even though we've been sustaining injuries. We just got to play better at the linebacker position in the secondary. We got to play better.
Coach, a big theme of your post-game press conference on Saturday was he didn't like what he saw in practice the week leading up to it. Are you liking what you see so far this week?
Yeah. We've only been out there one day. So the day was pretty good. They were pretty stout. We got on them a little bit. We had to reload a few plays. But other than that, the intensity, the eagerness, the More physicality I would like to see, but overall they did pretty good. It was pretty good. I would give it a C plus. But you got to understand that your first day of the week, you can ask any coach, that's usually your toughest day. So we shorten it up a little bit, but we demand everything is full speed. Thank you and God bless. Let me mention this, and Rick might not want me to mention. I know it was an incident at the conclusion of the game or whatsoever. On behalf of CU, on behalf of our athletic department, we would like to apologize to our opponents from a week ago for whatever derogatory statements were made by our fans. That's not indicative of who we are. Our student body, our kids are phenomenal. So don't indict us just based on a group of young kids that probably was intoxicated and high simultaneously. Maybe I shouldn't have said that as well, but the truth will make you free. But BYU, we love you, we appreciate you, and we support you. God bless.
The truth shall set you free. The one and only Coach Prime. Loving it. What up, Dukes? Unc's gonna be checking in as soon as he can.
And the coach said, "Hey, this is a message to all the cornerbacks. This is a message from him." I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, my boy." He don't usually like he'll pop it every now and then about popped it in.
He definitely popped it in. I already shared that clip for sure. Y'all should see it tagged on to you right now. But he said a lot of good things, man. He said a lot of things that kind of echo what Uncle Neely been saying on here, what Duke's been saying, what I've been saying in certain ways. You know what I mean? But you still gonna have people come on and be in the chat and say this and say that and say he didn't say this, say he didn't take accountability, and all these other things. But maybe they don't listen well. What did you take, Dukes, from what you just heard?
And at this point, I mean, what do you do, right? You said you just got to win football games at this point. The talking, it's been plenty of talking, been plenty of coaching. Now it's been plenty of playing. Now it's just to put it all together and win a Big 12 football game. That's all that's left. I mean, you can hear it. Like, it's not even when Coach Prime talks, it's like, it ain't like he's snapping. It's not any groundbreaking quotes. It's really football at this point. And if you gonna do it. Like, it's time. And that's what I took from it.
Yeah. It's like it's really time to execute, dog. Like, what we doing, man? We're putting people in the right positions, or we're making the adjustments. But even when we're not making the correct adjustments, we're taking accountability for that. But at the same time, when we do make those adjustments, we have to go out there and execute also. We have some guys making some plays at timely moments, but we also have those timely penalties and things, lack of discipline and things that hurt us, self-inflicted. So at some point, we need to tap into that consistency and do things the right way, and the results will follow.
Yeah. Real quick, 1-2-1. I want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
You know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You asked him to add. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. That's on me. My bad.
I didn't hear the question.
Oh, okay. Now he just said.
It was just the question was just commenting on what you heard today from Coach Prime.
I mean, it's always just as real as it gets. No nonsense. Even when there is nonsense, such as like being drunk and high simultaneously.
Yeah.
Even that was still real, like they were. Yeah. But it is what it is. We are where we are, and you have to have tough conversations because you are what your record says, right? But then you also have to have encouraging conversations because when you look at two of those three losses, I'm with Coach Prime, and he and I hadn't discussed this. First time I heard him say it was today. I'm in total agreement. We just got beaten Houston. All right, so that's that. And one nothing we did, they did. Hell, we lost that game. But your other two, which were against ranked opponents, I mean, combined scoring was 10 points. Like, you were in those games. You were leading those games. And when you look on to see what those teams either did after they played you, before they played you, got to kind of take some positive from that and be like, damn, all we got to do is finish.
Yeah.
You know, this would be a different scenario if this was what happened to us year one in Oregon. What was that, like 56-3 or something? Like this would be a totally different scenario. You are in these games, you are competitive in these games, you are leading in these games, you have momentum in these games. You just have lapses of judgment and execution in these games that give the game away. I'm more encouraged by that being the problem than I would be if talent were the problem. Because when you
Right.
have a lack of talent, it just ain't nothing you can do.
You just know you come
Like
out here without.
you just bend over and take it because it's coming. Like it ain't
Oh,
nothing. Pause. It ain't nothing you can do. Steamroller coming. You just I hope it don't hurt as bad as it look like it's gonna hurt. But they about to roll over me. When you have talent, you can do things to mitigate that. And one thing this team has at every layer of defense, at every layer of offense, we have guys. We got talent. Uh, Untimely penalties, have destroyed us. I think we have decreased the number of penalties so far this season, which was a big goal in the offseason. But we have not increased, and I'm gonna go back and look at it, Chico. We have probably increased on the bad timing of having the penalty. The situational penalties, are killing us. And here's the thing, guys. This kind of stuff don't mean much of nothing, but it got at some point got to mean something. The last two seasons, season 1, season 2 of Coach Prime, when we scored 30 points, we 10-0. This season, when we scored 30 points, we 2-0. The last two seasons, when we scored less than 30, we 1-7. This season, when we scored less than 30, we 0-3. Somehow what we got to do is we got to go find 30 damn points, and the defense can't give up more than 30 points. Like that is how this team, this program, no matter which way you look at it, cut it or measure it, the numbers are what they are. We can feel the way we feel, we can think the way we think, but when you go back and run the analytics on it and just look at the numbers, we still have to do some improvements on what we're giving up on first down on defense and what we're not gaining on first down on offense. I think that offensively on third down and defensively on third down, the arrow is pointing up. We're improving in those regards. We're about right there where your opponents are as far as the averages go. So there's some things, man, to fix here. But here's why I'm optimistic. And it ain't because I'm sitting in this room with this shirt on. When I look at the rest of this schedule and the talent that's on this team, there is no reason not to believe you can't beat people that you play next. This be totally different if this is Neely next opponent is Mike Tyson. Like, I'm gonna lose. You have the talent. You have the talent in this room. You have the talent on this coaching staff. You have the talent amongst these players that you should be optimistic about your future as you look at the rest of the schedule, because you should be undergirded with positivity when you look at go watch the Georgia Tech game again. Go watch the BYU game again. Again, fellas, it's not like it was Oregon year one. Like, you were in that game. But I know Coach Prime get on when I say other than that, you probably take just two of those 6 penalties and you win the game. Not all 6 of them. Just pick whichever 2 you want and you win the game. Defensively, one adjustment, slide here. This man is supposed to be on that man, but you didn't go over there. You stopped him from scoring. Like, there's so many little positive things to clean up here that I love the opportunity that we have to clean them up. Because again, Chico, I'm gonna say it. It ain't a talent issue.
Hell, that's a great thing. And you broke it down about the talent early and what you need to do. Well, I'll just break it down a little bit lighter. When I was coaching 10U football a couple years ago, and there are some teams that you just have more talent than. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? When they show up there. But when you playing against a team that's just as talented as you, right? You trying to put your best foot forward. You're gonna have to live up to, the competition that you're playing. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to execute at those times. And it usually rears its head, if you're not disciplined, if you're not doing those things at practice, or if they're doing those things at practice, like Coach Prime said, what he see in the game is what he saw at practice. You know what I mean? So I don't think that this team is far away at all. All we have to do is turn that little corner right there. The talent is there, like you said. A little bit. I like what Coach Prime did say is he's being a little bit more stern, and demanding. I think is the word he actually used. So I like that also coming from Coach Prime. And I think the players would see that too. It's not play just because we got Coach Prime here as our coach. It's not everything gonna be given to you. You're not gonna automatically go to the NFL. You gotta put the work in, dog. You gotta execute.
Yeah, one of the things I've always loved about Coach Prime when I first met him at Jackson State. Now, here's a guy that I know is Deion Sanders prime time. Deion. Like, I don't know this dude in real life, right? I just know the product. I know what I saw, for the Falcons and 49ers and my beloved Cowboys. But I didn't realize until getting to know him how much of him was displayed at practice and how serious that he took practice. Because we've all been a part of organizations, Chico, whether you coached or played, that it's almost like taking a test in the classroom. Some people don't test well. They do
That's fact.
quizzes well or they attend well, but they don't test well. They still going to graduate. Well, one thing about Coach Prime's just mantra here is like if he don't see it in practice, he not going to believe it's going to happen in the game. And I've seen guys go up to him and be like, "Oh, Coach, I know, but wait till the game comes." And in this very room, they put on a practice clip where a guy blew the exact same assignment in practice that he did in this game against BYU.
Mm.
The exact same play, script, opportunity blown the same way. And it was like, hey, dog, I thought you said it was just a practice thing.
Yeah.
And that's why, like he tells you,
It's not a light switch.
I practiced like I played. So when I played, it'd be like practice, And even when he dropped on everybody and he said him now, when it comes to being a corner, you listening to him. And ain't no him 2.0, like you listening to him.
Right.
He said, man, 95% of the guys are just trying to keep a play from happening on them. They're trying to keep them getting beat. But that 5%, they're trying to make a play. And that's what he's looking for, particularly from the corners and the linebackers going forward. Hunt, make a play. Don't just try to stop a play or be where you're supposed to be. Get us the ball, give it to the offense, because we need more opportunities. Because what did I say, Chico? 10-0 in 2 years, 2-0 this year when we scored 30. The offense needs the ball to score 30, or the defense or special teams got to give us some points too. It's a team effort, and we know what our magic number is. Our magic number is 30.
Dope. Just anything chime in on that? Nothing on that, man. Let me
Man,
just
the
say
magic
this.
number 30. I tell you what, man, what I did, like Coach Prime said today, when he had the opportunity, when they asked him a question, it was like, yeah, well, what are you telling the players, or how do you something? And he was like, no, that includes me. That ain't just them. That's me. And I thought that was important. I thought that because
Dukes, me and you talk about that all the time, man. And I don't know, whether it's fan base or haters, it doesn't matter. I'm always amazed at the number of people who act like all he does is blame the players. Like every week, twice a week, because he has a press conference post game, whether we win or lose. He has the press conference on Tuesdays, whether we win or lose. And every week he says what he has to do better, what his coaches have to do better. And then here comes the chat. All you do is blame the players. What are y'all listening to? What are y'all? We not hearing the same thing?
Well, hey, I can raise my hand and got dog. I was a former player, so I can let me say this. As a player, you're gonna say, man, it's on us anyway. We got to make the plays.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about, Chico, you spot on that, Chico. So don't ball up on me.
Okay.
I'm talking about that coaches make mistakes too. Rob Livingston stand in front of this room and he will put on the screen 2 plays that I hung y'all out there to dry. My bad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this one on me. I done seen coaches here run gases with players.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm speaking for all the people over there in the back that make the comments that doesn't know anything about anything. You got some people just started watching college football this year. Some people been watching forever. Still don't know a damn thing. But
Kind of like boxing.
Exactly, like Roger. Don't know a damn thing, coach.
Yeah, because most people don't know shit about football.
Just watch the ball. Does it score or not? Does it cross the end zone or not? But no, man, I'm just saying the players will hold themselves accountable too. What'd you say about Tawfiq Barriott when we was talking about finding a leader on this team, and you said it's already
Yeah.
happened? What happened?
Yeah, it is. It is. As soon as Coach Prime stepped off the riser in the middle of the locker room, by the time he turned the corner and was gone, Tawfiq huddled everybody up. And didn't
Yeah.
nobody tell him, Coach Prime didn't say, hey, when I
Have
leave,
him.
I need somebody to speak. Like, the meeting was over, and he's like, hey, y'all, before y'all start showering, getting dressed, let's huddle up. We got practice tomorrow. Even though we're not supposed to show up in pads, we showing up in pads. We're going to go to work. We got to fix this. We got to keep leaving our coaches hanging out dry. We got to execute at the level that we're supposed to execute. We got to hold each other accountable. Y'all can start with me, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on. And that's the kind of thing that's been missing this year. And it's the kind of thing that propelled us to 9-3 last year, because you would have a Cameron Silverman Craig do it. Travis and Shador did it with their work. Their work spoke for them. Cameron Silverman Craig, his not that his work didn't speak, but his effort spoke for him. Because here's an undersized guy at his position. He's the underdog all his life. He's like, man, I'm like y'all. I ain't no superstar. I ain't got 50 million NILs. Like, I'm trying to go pro. And I can't go pro unless we all work together and win these games. Like, he had that kind of attitude. And I think I had Reggie Hughes, face ring, Tunica, Mississippi, on the pregame show a couple of weeks ago. And one of the things he said that just kind of stuck out to me, he said, man, when you get here and you transferring in, there are guys that have been here a couple of years before you, you kind of play the background and let them lead or see if they're going to lead. And then you realize, okay, no, so even though I'm new, I'm on this team, I got to say something. And I think what you're seeing happen week 4 or 5, which is going to go through week 12, some of these transfers that came in here, to be something, they finna get loud.
Now you're talking and you're speaking my language, because I was just waiting on you to finish, but you so brilliantly just said it right there, which is I think it's across college football for that
Absolutely.
matter, with the way how it is now with the transfer portal. You have so many guys
Absolutely.
coming in, as opposed to, let's just go back to last year with the Cameron Silverman Craig and all the leaders that was there. They kind of came up together, so to speak. So you had a core group there, so you had some guys who knew each other, and they had a mission coming in. Nowadays in college football, you have so many transfers that they'll do exactly what you said. They'll kind of defer to the guys who's been there, until we go through some things. If I'm deferring to you and we go through some things and it's not working out, so to speak, or we feel like you're not stepping up, now it's time for the natural dog in me and the leader in me to step up, no matter where I am. It's time to do that. I think that's what Tawfiq is doing on this ball club, and probably some other guys who I haven't seen. But I think that's exactly what it is.
Hey Dukes, I didn't serve in the military. Shout out to all those who did, who volunteered and helped keep up democracy and freedom here and abroad. But I liken it to Chico, that transfer portal, is you have guys who go to the Army, they go through boot camp together, go through training together, they get assigned to a battalion together, they get shipped out overseas, and they together. And then you have guys who are contracted and join these units because they work for private security firms. And it's easy to see like one group is jailed together because they've been through something together, and here come these new guys. But guess what happened when bullets start flying at both of them? Oh, they get together then.
Right.
Yeah, because it ain't like they just shooting at the new people or shooting at open. They shooting at us. So
get your mind right before us be dead out here.
Whoever is best suited to get us out of this is who we gonna follow, whether you've been here 6 days or 6 months, because us got to go home.
That's damn right. You ain't lying about that.
He ain't lying.
Duke.
Us.
That's no different than you, C-Bone, and who's that? Future, you, C-Bone, and Future making a song together, dog.
You got a collab, baby. Because we all try to eat. Look. Chico, what I told you at Dukes when we first put this together, this collab, all the stuff we've been doing, I said, man, I am in DMX mode. Y'all say, what's that? I said, I got to do like Hungry Do and get a Hungry Crew.
That's right.
No, for sure.
Look. Hey, if I hang with jokers who belly full, we ain't going nowhere. I need some hunger around me. And that's what this team, now with your back against the wall, 2 conference losses, 7 conference games left. Hey, man, you got to do like Hunger do and get a Hunger crew.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I
Like
mean,
the
so this gonna be the problem. Like, and I see it happening already. Next thing you know, it's gonna be is Coach Prime getting out of there. Oh, is he gonna leave? Today it's an article on the website right now linking him to the Arkansas job. And
But
so
you
then,
know, he interviewed with them before he went to Jack State.
That was his first interview, right?
man, that's
Mhm.
listen. That's
One of
what
the
and that's coming next. So I know how bad this team wants to get this done. Like I know even when I talk to players that's on the squad, and we talk to coaches, like I see this as one of those turning points because you can see the storm brewing where everything can go left, and all you got to do is get one, and then after you get one, you got to get another one. But if you keep it at one, you should. The championship term right now, right now is let's get one, and when you get that one, you get more than one because I think people can see how this thing could get out of hand real fast, and then you're gonna have a different. Now it'll be good for us because the media be here and people gonna get clicks and West Coast Prime, all of that type stuff. Rumors are gonna go crazy, but I think for this team, if they can focus on this one, I think that, and I think everybody can feel it. And it's one of those times where either where do diamonds get created?
When it's rough, baby, that pressure.
Under pressure. So no, that's what I'm looking forward to. You're gonna learn a lot about this team in this coming game as 14-point underdogs on
14-point underdogs. Winning there is 21-point dogs 2 years ago. So I would say this, Dukes. I love the way you just broke that down, my brother. And I don't know if it's because me and you talk about our moms a lot and talk about spades, but when I hear you talk, I just go to spades analogies. And it's one thing to get a book, it's another thing to get a hand, it's another thing to win the game.
I just gotta ask. When you hear me, I gotta ask. Nope. I gotta ask. When you hear me talk, what you think of?
I think about the guy who tried to deny having black eyed peas on New Year's, and his mama had to call him and cuss him out. It's like
my mama couldn't believe I said that, dog. Go ahead.
I couldn't believe you said it either. And I ain't never been to y'all house for the holiday. I was like, Chico, ain't no way. ain't no way y'all did it. Selma, Alabama, y'all had no black eyed peas on New Year's? Ain't no way.
No, ain't
But
no way.
Dukes, if you're worried about this, if you focus more on the game than you are this hand or this book, you're gonna redeem.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get set.
Right.
Like when you down, and you got 7 rounds left. We got 7 guys. Like, I got to get this book.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next time we go around, but I got to get this book.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
what this TCU and Iowa State is before you had that bye week. Your focus has got to be TCU. It's got to be this book. Because if you get it, you got to get the next one.
Mm-hmm.
This like Chico said when I first hopped on, and this ain't for play. This ain't play with Coach Prime. This serious business now.
Yeah, for sure. And you see it, man. Like even to hear him saying that, look, I'm demanding more. That's not just of the players. You can see it. That ain't just of the players.
Let me tell you. Let me share this with you two. Y'all have been internal and know this. So we just have a conversation together, and so the external can know it. I was looking for somebody to pull out the top of my head. I'm gonna pull out Coach Rashad, the assistant coach in the wide receiver room.
Oh.
You don't think Coach Rashad want his own wide receiver room one day?
Yeah.
How does he get that? His receivers got to produce here. He got to win.
Yep.
So how were you surprised then if you see a Rashad like, hey man, we can do what the Arizonas did last year. We can run the table. They're not no more talented last year than we are this year. Like, we just got to win the games in front of us. Like, you have to have people around you. And when I spoke about do like Hungry Do and get a Hungry Crew. Shout out to DMX, rest in peace. You got to have people around you that want to be more than what they currently are.
That's a fact.
If you surround your organization with people, I don't care if it's a position room, a coaching staff, or players, and they feel this is the most they have ever wanted to be and it ain't nothing after this, not going to go far, dog.
He ain't lying.
All right. Well, we're at the top of the hour. We hope you guys got something out of this show today. All you have to do is go back, listen to it, try to comprehend. You'll get something. I guarantee it. right here on the morning run. Uncle Navy, Big Dog, Chico, Duke, Scoop. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow.
And you know what tomorrow is?
What's tomorrow?
Man, Bone Thugs and Harmony tried to tell you it's the first of the month.
Gotta
First
get
day of
mine.
October.
Good that I came in a slang on the double nine.
We got our man AC Clark gonna come on. He knows ball. He's right there, based in Dallas, so he's know this TCU. And I like the way Chico just messed up that whole rhyme of first of the month. Just make it up.
I didn't mess it up. That was a rhyme. I said it right.
Hey, before we go, Chico, when we was in middle school, that was it. Bone was it. Who was your favorite one?
Oh man, damn. Back then, of course, everybody liked Busy, but my guy was Crazy. Crazy was the coldest one to me.
Yeah, I always like Lazy Bone. That
Lazy was hard. So all of them was
Which
hard.
who did the went on did the country song? Had the solo country song.
Man, I don't know. That's
for Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
You
They
got
were
me
all
on that
on it,
one.
but he was the lead on it. I'm gonna send y'all the link to it.
It probably was Busy, Crazy stuff. Probably was Busy.
Oh, for sure.
Gotta get
Shout out to
mine
Bone.
from the
Shout
hood
out
that I
to
claim in the
Bone
slang on the
Thugs,
double
man.
nine.
Hey, did your OG
Cleveland
check
is the
come?
city. The OG check need to come. I tell you that, but
I'm looking for one tomorrow. If it don't come, we got some discussion to do.
there'll be some furniture moving. Hey,
Yes, sir.
TMR, the morning run. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. We're gonna be up and about it. Same piece in the Middle East. Share y'all. Put a dub in the chat. You be you.